RadioTarot. I'm your host, Resmyrranda. I'm a psychic tarot reader on psychic.biz, and welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop online. We're going to take calls, but just not right now, a little bit later on in the show. And we're going to give you some law of attraction readings and get your most burning questions answered. Write this down so you can be sure and join the rest of us in chat right now if you want to. I had the number and I lost it. Come on over, get in line, get in the chat room, and we'll get to you, I promise. What's the big deal today? What are we going to talk about today? I'm always going on and on and on about manifesting and law of attraction and all this stuff. But today, tonight, whenever it is you listen to this, whether it's live or archived, doesn't matter. I'm going to give you a specific tarot layout to help you get more stuff. Let's just be honest. We all want stuff. Stuff can include love. It can include different kinds of relationships. It can include jobs. I get a lot of that lately. When am I going to find my job? When am I going to find the perfect mate for me, or the perfect whatever for me? Or how do I get unstuck? Or how do I do this or that? How do I get my stuff? I want my stuff. You've been hearing about the law of attraction for years and years now. And I meet so many people that are frustrated with it, and it's not working for me, and it's just not happening, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, tarot is, in my opinion, and who would want to know that? Tarot is the way to become unstuck and to get you your stuff. You know, I think one of the problems with doing this is it sounds, manifesting has become a word that's overused. And even when you think about that and bringing thoughts into reality, first of all, nothing exists without ever being a thought. How many times am I going to have to tell you that? But it's so when someone comes to us that is not in the the wrapper, I'll call it, of religion, some other kind of teacher that you trust, we just we think it's evil, or it's dark, or maybe it's taboo somehow that we shouldn't do it, because if our religious leaders and our other teachers aren't telling us that this is what we should have been doing all along, and we bring this up, they say, oh, that's of the devil. You better be careful, especially if you're using tarot cards to do it. So today I'm going to teach you how to communicate with the devil. No, just kidding. There's so many superstitions about tarot. And it's so we have that mindset and that opinion and that dogma, if you will, about creating things with our own mind. I think the Catholic Church a long time ago decided that nobody should have a mind, and the only mind you should listen to is theirs. But I'm trying to tell you differently. So This is what my purpose on this planet is, to tell you to do the exact opposite of what religion tells you to do. Yes, you have a mind, and yes, it's powerful, and yes, you can use it. So you have to, so there's that. Okay. The other thing is, the other problem with this, I think that gets people stuck, is that there's a stigma around tarot. Ew, it's creepy. Ew, it's the devil. It opens portals to the supernatural. Heck yeah, it does. That's why I do it. Isn't that what you want to do too? Open a portal to the supernatural? Call it whatever you want. Why does that have to be evil? Why does it have to be scary? You know what portal means? Doorway, gateway. You know what supernatural means? Above and beyond natural, more than natural. So how come? Answer me this. When you call in, answer me this. Why is it that we can go to different church services, we can go to different even seminars, self-help seminars, or any kind of religious gathering, and it doesn't have to be a Christian one. I don't mean to just pick on the Christians, but I did. I know. When they say, why does it have to be that you can believe in miracles, you can be told, and you'll swallow it hook, line, and sinker, to believe in amazing things happening that you can do, that your God or your creator or your deities will do for you. All true. Not saying it isn't. But when it comes to something like we're doing today, working with tarot and learning to manifest and get more stuff, we're doing the devil's work. All right. If that's your thing, have a good time. Hope it works out for you. Let me know. So there's that. So let's get past that. Let's stop being children about these things. There are times when it's perfectly appropriate to be childlike. This ain't one of them. So this is serious stuff here, and I take it seriously, and I know you do too. And it's my pleasure to bring it to you. So, divination in general, one of the superstitions, fatalism. This is a black cloud people cast over tarot reading. It's spooky. Did you know that there used to be mystery schools all over the world? In some places there still are, but it used to be a lot more common than it is now. And maybe I should put it in terms that we would understand today. Schools like Harry Potter went to, Hogwarts, is real. Okay? It's real. All right? And there is actually one in the UK that's that big, where people go and study psychic arts, divination, and all that good kind of stuff. And they exist, and it's not just one, but they used to be a lot more common than it is now. Now we have to exist in or learn from a single person, or online can be a great place to learn how to do these things, like now, like what we're learning tonight and what you're doing tonight. Small groups in people's homes, as long as you don't live in the Bible Belt and get caught. Even then, I mean, really, seriously. I don't know. I don't think the Bible Belt's as tight as it used to be, frankly. I hope not anyway. I haven't been there for a long time, but I don't know. And one of you can fill me in on that. So thanks to religious repression and the superstitions. Yeah, superstitions. 4 syllables. I did it. Peasantry. Snake oil salesmen, charlatans, really bad, people, especially now. Divination is either taken very seriously, or there are too many frauds, which there definitely are, or there's just not enough people that you can trust to give you good, honest, helpful information, accurate information. So tarot is the most popular form of divination other than astrology. Did you know that? And it gets knocked around all the time. Either it's not taken seriously at all, like I said, or there's just I feel, and I've talked to other readers about this too, that it's kind of a constant battle or constant work anyway, not necessarily a battle, but it's a constant, I would call it an obligation for professional readers to be the very best you can be, to continue to study, and to always bring to light charlatans and people who are trying to give incorrect information and lie about what this really is, and especially organizations and groups of people who try to scare people into thinking that what we do is going to harm them in some way, and that we all work for Satan, and all we really want is your soul in your bank account. Okay, well, that may be true for some, but it's a constant thing that we have to tackle with all the time. And ain't none of us getting rich doing this. Let me just say, the genuine ones are not. Anyway, I'm not on TV. I'm not a movie star. I haven't made $1 million from books I've written yet. I'm not saying that's impossible. Because after all, we're here to manifest, aren't we? So we're going to do that, and I'm going to give you a specific spread to do that. I'm going to give you a minute to go get your cards. If you have your cards, run and get them as you listen to me talk about what psychic.biz has going on right now, special-wise. And you can come and see me there and all the other wonderful readers there. Email readings, chat readings, text chat, video chat, telephone readings. We do everything. So right now, the specials are the phrase summer 16, you get $5 free. If you add 15, you get $10 free. Coffee is the word to use. So 15 credits and get $10 free. 16, summer 16 is the code to get 5 free bucks. Go do it. Go to your cards, and in just a second, we'll come right back and we'll start manifesting. And I want you to keep in mind too, if you're familiar with what we're going to use is the Celtic cross spread. That is something that's very familiar to everyone that's played with cards or uses them professionally. And I'll just say that this is something that it doesn't matter if you're a seasoned reader or a beginning reader. What I'm going to show you now and describe to you now is something that anyone can do. And you don't have to be adept at interpreting every single card. So think about the Celtic cross spread. If you don't know what that is, there's pictures and images of it online in 50 bazillion places. Again, come into my chat room after the show and I'll help you with it too on psychic.biz. So anyway, Celtic cross spread, we all know about that. So the first thing you're going to do, step number 1 in manifesting more stuff, getting what you want and being freaking happy about it. The first thing you're going to do is choose a goal, something you want more than anything to occur. Now, don't worry about taking notes. You can always go back and listen to the archive of the show. So choose a goal, something you want more than anything. It can be a short-term goal. And when I say short-term, I'm talking 30 to 60 days. Or it can be something huge that takes the rest of the year. It's up to you. But if you choose a short-term goal, you can always build a new spread or redo the spread later on after you succeed. So don't worry about that. If you find that you've only kind of sort of succeeded and you know why, then you can tweak the spread and build upon that, build new information. Now, you have to do the work. You have to put in the time. You have to learn from your mistakes. Several tries it might take us, but that's the way it is. Being a magical enterprise, being something that you're doing that's magical by the way it is, it doesn't change that. This is how we get good at it. We learn from our mistakes. Magic is the process really of aligning ourselves and our purpose with the forces throughout nature that desire to help us. They have your best in mind, your higher self, your guides, entities that love you and care about you and who are just curious about you sometimes have your best in mind. So, we attract the kind of beings and spirits who share our same values. So, watch it. All right, so step 2, watch yourself. Step 2, place your eventual goal card in position 10. We're going to call it, card position 10. That's going to be 10. And now think about the Celtic cross spread. That's going to be the 10th card. There are 10 cards total in a Celtic cross spread. So focus on that card for a minute. You're going to pick a card out of all of your 78 cards, your tarot cards. Do not use oracle cards for this. Well, that's another thing. We'll do that later. But go through your cards and decide which one really fits the eventual goal that you want to achieve. And that's going to be position number 10. So focus on that for a minute. And that's going to be like top right in a straight line, 4 cards in the Celtic cross if you're picturing that, okay? So focus on that and cement it in your mind as the right card and be sure that it really illustrates what you want to achieve. Now you're going to take a card that represents the path that you want to travel, a path that you have to travel. And again, you can pick this particular card at random, or you can go through your cards and pick one that really speaks to you about the path that you need to travel to get to your goal. The things that you have to do or that you need to do to get to card position number 10, okay? Spend a minute with it. Don't hurry with these things. Breathe them in. Take your time. Step number 4, now find the card that represents the overall mindset that you need to carry you through to your goal. This is important because this is supportive of your beliefs. This is your talisman. This is what's going to be the thing that you carry with you in your mind and all the time. You can even take a picture of it and take it with you all the time. You want it in the forefront of your subconscious. This is the supportive image that benefits you and helps you to achieve your goals. So it's think of it as your secret desire too, that always inspires you and always helps you move forward. The thing that will not let you fail. That's what a talisman is. So put that card in position 9. Now start looking at the cards and noticing how they work together, how this path is beginning to develop. Now these 3 cards should be your focus right now, and they should start to be providing a clear path to where it is that you want to go. If they don't, if it's just really not speaking to you, then start over. That's perfectly fine. And spend a few moments with them. Okay, so next, we need to find out where you are right now. Because what you've done is just figured out where you want to go and how to get there. That's what you've done specifically. Next, you need to find out where you are now. It's really important because you may think you know, but you don't. So sit a moment and go through your cards until you find one that represents the way you feel right now, or right as you're doing the spread. How do you feel right now? There's no point in being dishonest with yourself, or you're just going to might as well go, take a shower or something, do something else. But be really honest. This is the card you're going to place in position 1. And you're just going to let that be there, right there in card position 1, which is right in the middle in a Celtic cross spread. So now you're going to pick a second card to represent your past, another card rather, to represent your past. This is step number 6. As it relates to your present position, your eventual future, your goal. We all have a history. We all have all kinds of events and actions that have affected us, good, bad, and different, that made us who we are, that brought us where we are right now. This can represent an environment that you grew up in, or a situation that you're leaving behind. a card that represents your past, something that motivates you to want what you want right now, in the present. So, this is, the past card is position number 4 in our Celtic cross spread, okay? So now that you have a good understanding, you've got what you want, how you're going to get there, excuse me, where you are now. Now let's take a look at why this matters. Why is this important? And this might sound kind of easy, but it's really, really, really important to get this one right. Here's where you have to look really deeply into yourself, and you have to think about what this is internally, externally, that makes this goal so important. Not just how bad do you want it, but why. Why do you have to have it? What drives you so powerfully that it forces you to ignore the distractions? Now, something can happen, interesting can happen here. You can look at a card and find a card that really answers this question for you and discover that what you wanted was a really bad idea. So, or a really great one. What's motivating you? What's your true nature here? What's really going on here? This card can be more powerful than anything else that gets thrown into your path to distract you or from your chosen created. I think it's a created destiny and chosen destiny. We always have to compromise, and sometimes it's better to do that than just be so stubborn and pig-headed and try and force something. So you really have to be honest with yourself and think about that. Now, that's the card that demands you succeed. So this is position number 3. So now stop for a minute, look at your whole spread, see how it's coming together. If you need to make any adjustments about where you've come this far and what's brought you this far, then do so. You can always tweak it as you go along. This is supposed to take a whole lot longer than we're doing here. You're supposed to take your time and relax and go through it. Now, so by now, here you are at what you want, how to get there, why is it such a big deal, why you want it. But now we're going to find out what could stop you or crosses you, to use the traditional vernacular. What crosses you? What could give you some resistance? Is another way to say it. So, what is circumstance saying to you right now about what it is that you want? Just imagine for a moment that your goal in the 10th position was to go on a picnic or go camping or something really nice outdoors. The new card you're considering tells you whether it's raining or sunny, whether you have a picnic basket of, and yummy food, or if you have to go to the store because you were stupid and you forgot, what could stop you from attaining your goal and getting where you want to be? If you want, and do I have to? I guess I do. I guess I do have to say this. I didn't want to, but I'm gonna. Just, I guess it's kind of a disclaimer in a way, or maybe more of a warning. Do I have to tell you not to make your goal card somebody else's boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, or wife? I mean, come on. I just don't flip and do that, all right? Just don't do it. There's a reason wanting people and things that belong to someone else is called sin in every single religion that exists, because it will hurt you. All right, enough said. So just saying, this card shows when this card that we're working with now, it's going to show you who your friends and enemies are, positives, negative, what's affecting you now, what's crossing you now, what's working against you. Some people like to put that explanation to it in Celtic cross-spread. So it can tell you what to do or not do, basically. So put that card crossways on card number 1. Like right in the middle there, you should have card number 1 in your Celtic cross-spread. Lay this one crossways on top of it. And this is card number 2. Reverse it if necessary. If it's a complex situation, whatever paddles your canoe is fine. So, now that you have all this amazing information and everything that you know now, it's time for a bit of consideration, awareness, looking at things, planning requires these sorts of things. We're talking about creating your destiny here, not making a sandwich. So it's kind of important when you say to sit down and take your time. We just don't seem to be able to do that anymore. We want what we want, and we want it now. Breathe. Take your time. Look at what you have. This is going to be your life. What you have here on the table in front of you, on the desk in front of you, on the floor in front of you. All these beautiful little cardboard symbols is going to be your life. So be sure that it's the way that you need it to be. You have to guess in life sometimes, but as they say, knowledge is power. Be prepared. This is creating a solid foundation. If how many times have you come and gotten a reading from one of us and felt like you had no direction, or you didn't know where to go next, or what to do next, or how something was going to turn out? Well, this is how you can know. Isn't it interesting that most of us will do our darndest to teach you how not to need us anymore? Yeah, that's kind of what we're here for. In all truth be told. So don't just simply slap a card down at random when it indicates wishful thinking. All right, the next card will represent what will most likely happen along the way to your goal. So once you start taking action, who do you expect to encounter? What's going to be the result of your taking action? What will people say? What will they do? We're painting, this is a lot of kind of, sounds general right now, but once you start to do it, it really won't be. It will surprise you. So now, this will affect card number 6, your destination, card number 10. Once you have this card firmly in your hand, place it on card position 5 and step back and look at your spread again. Every time you put down a card, look at a spread. Now, the last 2 cards define your vision. They will limit your focus and give you something to either resist or as a barometer for the importance for the rest of it. So choose a card to see what other people who are important to you, how they affect your progress, how they think of us, because that matters. Do you have support or not? Do you need it or not? Does your life support what you're going to do? And these are the people who judge us, your world, And you can say it, I don't care what anybody thinks, but you're lying. I know it. You know it. Now, ignore them for the moment. Now, the last card will be a direct reaction to the one above, and it will also be affected by the rest. This card represents pressure, what you resist, what you reject, what you push away from, what kind of resistance. Now, place the spread where you'll see it. Take a picture of it, the whole spread. Take it with you. Put it up on your mirror. Put it up on your wall. Put it in your desk drawer at work. Look at it often throughout the day, absolutely often. When we come back, I'll take your calls and we'll do some law of attraction readings, and you can ask questions about this amazing stuff in just a few seconds. Really, I promise. And, you can ask whatever you want, really, but let's try to keep it on topic just for now.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
Welcome back. This is Resmyrranda, your host for Radio Tarot. We're talking Celtic cross spread used for manifesting to get us our stuff. Get us more stuff. All the stuff we want and all the stuff we're trying to manifest. So what we're going to go to now, let me just look at the chat room for a minute. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Easton. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Pug Mama. Hi, everyone who's there. Thank you for being here. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, doing my thing and looking at the chat room when I can. Happy that you're all here. So let's go to our first call and see what the heck's going on. All right, area 916, who we got?
Hi, thank you. My name is Wendy from California. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Wendy. Thank you. Nice to meet you, too. Thank you for calling all the way from California.
Oh, thank you.
What can I do for you tonight? What's your question for me?
I'm very concerned about finding employment. I have 18 years call center experience, 15 in a vision medical insurance environment, and 3 in the banking financial field. I've been applying at several good companies. I applied at Kaiser, eHealth, TriWest, Schools Financial, and many more. Do you see me getting work soon?
Okay. Let me just draw a couple of cards here and see what we see. All right, the short answer is that yes, I do. And I see it somewhere that you've applied already, and I even feel like have even spent some time working for already, which might be kind of a surprise to you. But we're seeing the Ace of Cups, which is all about new beginnings, and the Death card, which is not about death at all. It's about resurrection. It's about something coming to be that has already been. And the King of Pentacles shows us an authority figure making you a very positive and a financial material offer. So within, let's see, I'm kind of psychically scanning for time here. I'm going to give it about 2 weeks. And I keep saying, I don't know a lot about your industry, but I am being told by Spirit that there's a lot of turnover all the time. And so it's not that they hire people to do what you do and then just never need anybody anymore. And so I would then ask you, what do you think? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about the reasons that you haven't found anything so far? What kind of things go on in your head?
I really don't know, because when I get a telephone interview, typically I'm very articulate and ready for every question. I did have one interview recently with Franklin Templeton Investments for their call center. I thought I did very well, dressed professionally, but then I got an email stating that they would hang on to my resume, but they had made their selection.
Okay.
And I was surprised by a call from Schools Financial today, and I bombed. That's very rare for me. She said that she would let me know in about a week, but I'm not going to hold my breath, because I was off today, off my mark, or whatever you call it, and but I've forgiven myself, and
good.
I know that I have value, tremendous value, and nowadays a lot of companies in this industry, if they require a BA for this amount of experience, 15 years, they still look at you as a valid candidate. So you're saying that I used to work for this place that I'll be working for again?
Yes, I feel it does. The cards do show me a resurrection, and even the spirit is telling me, well, she not only applied there, but she already has done some work for them in the past, and so, and I'm feeling like as long ago as a couple of years ago. So, this feels to me like it's going to be kind of a surprise to you. And something else I'm getting about that too now as we speak is that it's a company that's been bought by another one. So they may have started out as one that you already worked for, another called something else. But when you see the offer, when you get the offer, they'll say, oh, well, yeah, we used to be thus and so. And you'll say, oh, well, I worked for them. You see what I'm saying? And
well, you know what? Through a temp agency, I was employed very briefly with Blue Shield, and I was on my mark. I dressed so nicely. I was making friends. I was with the rest of the class, and then all of a sudden, I go into work the next day, and then I was told to leave because my employment had been ended, and I was treated very horribly. But that's the only thing I can think of, and I know that they changed. They went through some regrouping, but will I get this job offer through a temp agency, or will I find them on an online ad like Indeed or Career Builder, or how will I get this?
I feel like it's somebody who already has your information. So they're going to be calling you or contacting you. I'm seeing a phone call. So, it's probably, I wouldn't say it's somewhere that you're going to apply for. I'm seeing it's somebody that you've already applied for, both already worked for a long time ago and already applied for more recently than worked for, obviously. But so I feel like it's going to be a phone call, and I feel like it's going to come through that way in just a couple of weeks. Now, do you have tarot cards?
No, but I'd love to purchase some.
Yes, and what you can do, I would recommend that if you're going to do that, start with the Rider-Waite deck. It's spelled Riderwaite deck, especially for what we were talking about today. It's the classic, the most common tarot deck. Also, if you have a printer, a color printer, there are some sites online that you can print out, print the Rider-Waite deck out on your own printer. Now, that would be free to do if you can't afford them right now. I would recommend buying your own deck ASAP. But if in a pinch you might need to do that, you might want to look into that too, so you can get started on this right away on this tarot manifestation that we were talking about today. And I wanted to say that I will be providing the steps. If you would come and see me on psychic.biz for anybody, I'm usually on from 10 p.m. to 2 or 3 in the morning Eastern time, and you need the steps because I know we went through them quickly today, and you don't want to go listen to the archive and try and write them all down again. Then please feel free to come on in, get a little mini reading from me, and ask me about that. Say, give me the steps for manifesting with tarot, and we'll do it. And I'll ask if I can put them up somewhere too. I'll ask my producer if we can put them online somewhere in the blog or something for you guys, just so you can download them. Nice. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So you have them all. So I highly recommend that, and don't you dare give up yet, because we're about to be working.
And you know what? Ironically, when I was listening to you from the very start of the show, I was thinking back on a time when I was actually doing some card reading, but it was using a regular deck, and it was just amazing. And I enjoyed it, and it just kind of flowed. And that was with my beloved mother when she was alive, and we both really enjoyed that. And I will admit to you, I'm under tremendous stress, and but I'm proud of myself because I am not beating myself up about failing that telephone interview. She was actually I wanted the job so much. She said, "Well, what position were you applying for, part-time or full-time?" And my answer was, I would be happy with either one. And she got a little miffed, and she said, no, I can't believe that. You need to be specific. And I think that was unnecessary, but I retained my dignity, and we closed the call. But I'm fairly smart, and I know what the next communication is going to be next week, even though I wanted that job. But hopefully it's for my highest good. Right. So this new position, will it be in the healthcare call center environment?
I'm not too sure about that. I feel like it'll be something to do with insurance. It could be health insurance. Okay. I'm not sure. But what we can do is we can do a more thorough reading about it too on psychicbiz.com and have, or psychic.biz, sorry. I'm so used to saying .com. Psychic.biz. Come on in and get a little reading from either tonight or tomorrow, or an email reading, and I'll look at more details about this for you, absolutely. And we'll get the details to you for how to manifest tarot too, all right? So think about
very wonderful.
How you felt.
I can't take much more of the stress. So
well, you don't have to. And that's what you do right now is even before you get cards or whatever, think about all the positive things that you've mentioned to me that you feel about yourself. Remember that you deserve to live in joy, and you know how to live in joy. Remember a time in your life when you were joyful. Focus on that. Find something to be joyful about, and you're going to draw this to you a whole lot faster. And that is how, as they say, light defeats darkness. So report back here, Missy, and we'll talk to you soon. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So
thank you for calling.
I'll be working.
All right, let's go to our next caller. Hi, 856.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. This is Laura.
Hi, Laura. Thank you for calling.
Hi.
What's going on with you?
Well, I'm wondering what you see for me with finding work. I have a phone screen on Monday with 2 people. And then I'm supposed to go in Friday for an in-person interview.
Okay, so I feel like you're really looking forward to this so far.
Yeah.
To this interview.
I feel like I almost feel like it was heaven sent because of the way it came about. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thanks.
I wouldn't argue with that one bit. Usually when you have an intuition like that tells you that there's something special happening like that, believe it. There is. That's true. All right, so let's see what our cards have to say about what you're manifesting job-wise. And let's take a look at Friday. Oh, wow. We got the Page of Wands first. The Page of Wands is all about acceptance of a resume, getting a new job, new communication, new relationships of all kinds, a new start, good news. Pages give news. And when a page brings you a wand, as it looks like in the tarot, in the Rider-Waite deck anyway, it looks like a great big branch. And on the branch it has little leaves that are growing, so we see new life, new growth. Wands are associated with being tangible, something that's real, something as opposed to conceptual or a fantasy or just a hope or a wish. So we see the Page of Wands bringing a real resource to you in the form of work in that new relationship. And the Judgment card makes this even more interesting because the Judgment card is about somebody making a final decision, a very important judgment or decision. So, you know, the interesting part here, and I really feel like Friday they're going to decide, you know, tag, you're it, you're hired. And I will say that. But the interesting thing here is that with the Judgment card, it's not just somebody saying yes or no. It's a final decision, meaning you don't have to look anymore after that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. It
This
really
is
is.
the final thing. Yeah. So
it's just amazing, really.
Just for fun, let's ask Spirit, what exactly should you do what can you do to bring this into your life and manifest this and make sure that it resonates with you the way that we want it to, the way that we've seen here. And here is the Four of Discs. Now, the Four of Discs is a card that is about stability. The number 4 tells us that everything is in place the way that it should be. And when we see discs or pentacles or coins, as some readers call them, we see that everything is in its proper place. Everything is supported. You are supported. This card is telling you that the universe wants you to know that you are supported. And that's like saying all of heaven and earth and the entire cosmos supports you. Do you know how important you have to be for that to happen? Do you know that you are that important? Do you know that you are that important? Isn't that cool?
That's funny.
So what you
cool.
do...
I've been getting coins and seeing 2222 and 121212, 1111, 111. I've been seeing that all week. And the day that I got a call for this, I saw a coin. I get coins all the time, usually around the car. But this time I found it at work in the kitchen. So I'm thinking, I just get these signs all the time, and it was remarkable the way it came about. The whole thing came about.
That's great.
Yeah.
And don't you notice that when those things start to happen and you're aware of it and it makes you feel joyful, that more of them happen?
Yeah. And I'm happy that I'm finally noticing these things, and it makes me feel, really watched over and protected. It really does feel good.
Yeah, well, you are. So that's what you want to be in. That's the mindset that you want for this to happen. And I'm not saying it all depends on you. That's not what I mean at all. But to resonate with something to get something out of the vortex, as Abraham puts it, if you're familiar with Esther Hicks and Abraham. To get something out of the vortex, then you have to resonate with it, right?
Right.
We get this job out of the vortex and into your bank, into your life.
I'm sorry. I really think it's going to work. I really do.
Of course it is. Of course it's because it's there for you, and it's kind of as if it's calling your name. So, please follow up with us, and that's what you do to manifest.
I will.
That you revel in.
I will.
All right.
And you know what?
So
when I came out of my apartment last week, there were 3 feathers spread out in 3 fingers, and they all came to a point. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, a bird wouldn't drop feathers like this.
No.
And I turned on my compass on my phone, and it pointed northeast, and I thought, at that moment, gee, I wonder if I'm supposed to be moving northeast. And this job is northeast.
My goodness.
So, I know, right?
Oh, my goodness.
I'll let you go. I know you have other callers.
Oh, thank you so much for calling and sharing that with us. So, do you have tarot cards? Do you have a card deck?
I do. I do have cards. I actually have a deck on my phone that works really well for me.
Cool.
Yeah. But I also
have
Doreen Virtue cards, too.
Okay. Well, we look forward to hearing about your experience again next week.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Thank you, Laura. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so be sure, too, I want to mention again the specials, the summer specials we have going on. Come to psychic.biz
And anything that we talk about here on the show and on the other shows on the Psychic Coffee Shop online, you can get a lot more information and details about, and a lot more personal one-on-one help with your readings and with manifesting and all the questions that you have. And if you're feeling stuck, don't ever feel like any question is too small or too unimportant to ask. And the reason that that's not true is because you're not too small or too unimportant to ask. Everything we just said to Laura about the universe supporting her and why is true for you too. Nobody is a special case. And all you have to do to receive that and to experience that is to know it and become aware of it and to say yes to it. You have to invite it in. You have to say, okay, I can handle that. I can handle being loved. I can handle being surrounded by joy and happiness and being able to create my destiny and being supported by the universe, for crying out loud. You know, human beings are not very good at supporting us. So why do we count on them to do that? They're just going to disappoint us for the most part. Isn't that true? Some people will, some people won't. But the thing about human beings is we're not consistent. But the universe is consistent. And you have a source, always, that is consistent and that cares about you morning, noon, and night. And that whatever you say and whatever you want, will just say, okay. And timing, you know, you can't be hung up on that. You can't be hung up on how. You just have to know that what you need is there, and you become aware of it, and you bring it to your conscious mind from your subconscious. And using the tarot the way we've been explaining it in the show is how to do that. So we'll keep doing that. Every single show we have, we're going to keep doing that and talking about that sort of thing. So let's see who we've got next on the line. 478 area code. Hi there.
Hi, this is Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. You're on Radio Tarot. Welcome. What can I do for you?
I want to know what's coming up in my relationship with Ricky.
Well, for goodness sakes. What's he doing? All right. With Ricky. Okay. I sensed a little frustration there. So I said that.
Yes.
Okay. Like, we're trying to decide whether we should make him go sit in the corner or make him start talking.
Yes, start talking, because that's not what he's doing.
That would be good. All right, Ricky, what is your deal? What's up with you? All right, we're seeing, the magician. The magician is someone who puts on a show or an image. They don't always show you what they want you to see, do they?
Yes,
Ricky can be a little bit like that. That's him. All righty. We got your number, Ricky. Okay, then we have the 8 of Discs and the 10 of Cups. Now, okay, some people are afraid to be themselves completely because they're afraid of rejection, they're afraid of being wrong, they're afraid of things not working out right. And so they try and put forward an image with all good intentions, but then they have to work 10 times harder in a relationship because they're not being themselves. And this becomes stressful, and this becomes a heavy burden to carry, and this makes them sad because they're not really getting what they need from the relationship because they're not being themselves, and blah, blah, blah. They're burnout. So what we're seeing about Ricky here and your relationship here is with the 8 of Discs and the 10 of Cups. The 8 of Discs is somebody who's working, somebody who's trying to be productive, somebody who's trying to achieve a result. And the 10 of Cups shows us, I call this the Get Your Wish card. So here's the deal. Ricky thinks he has to work hard to be happy in your relationship. He thinks he has to work hard to earn your approval and to earn approval of everybody. It's not just you. He thinks he has to put on a certain kind of image and be a certain kind of way and meet certain kinds of, that he can't really be himself. in order for something to work out right for him, especially in relationships, because it never has. So, as far as the two of you go and where you're headed, this isn't as difficult as it may seem. He's sincere about you. He's sincere about the relationship. He doesn't know how to act half the time. That's not your fault.
Yeah.
But what he needs to learn to do is to trust this, to trust you, and to trust that this is different, and it is, because you really love him.
I do. I really care for him. And once I told him that, he just backed off. He stopped calling or coming around.
Yeah. So he is like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's true, something will go wrong. It could hurt me. So it might sound funny, but he really does want this to work. So you might say, well, why doesn't he talk to me then?
So why, yes.
Why doesn't he let me know that? Because he's kind of like, the way I'm seeing him now is if you've ever brought home a stray animal, and like a feral cat, for instance, and they don't want to be touched. They don't want you to pick them up. They kind of look at you out of the side of their face like, I don't know about this. I don't know what's going on. But over time, the more you reach out to them, the more willing they are to get close to you. And, little steps, they start to accept love, and they start to see that it's not going to go away. So what you do now, because he's not going to accept all the love you have, it would be like you taking a big bucket full of water and dumping it on his head. All the love that you have, right? And like, he would be like, oh my God, that's too much. I don't know if I can do that right now. So for now, reach out and be a friend. Reassure him, look, I don't have any expectations of you. I don't care if you have 3 heads. I care about you just the way you are. And I'm not asking anything of you. And I don't expect you to do any kind of song and dance for me. I just think that you're the coolest thing since M&M's, And that's all. And then let him take it from there. So I think, people like him, they let their imaginations run wild. They think they overthink things, and things are bigger than they really are, and all that kind of stuff. So, sometimes they need to have us tell them, well, this is the way it really is, and you're making too big a deal out of something that's just your imagination, and just quit it. That's what's going on here. And little baby steps, and over time, and I don't mean years and months, but, just little bits here and there, he's going to start reaching out to you more.
Okay.
So that's what we do. So we're going to go to break, and I expect to see you on psychic.biz, and I can't wait to talk with you more about that. Let me know what's going on.
Sure, I will.
Do that. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. And we'll be back.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
All right, this is Resmyrranda, and this is Radio Tarot. as we continue with the calls. What the heck? Why not? I see a couple of you have been on a very long time. Let's see what we got and what we can do here. Area code 207.
Time.
Surprise.
Whatever. And I just think it's weird that he has to. I know.
All right.
I think he's angry.
Go to the next one, I think.
About it. But I think to get in the car and come or whatever. Call or to do anything. He also. He also
all right.
With you. Like he knows a lot about
I have
that.
no idea what's going on there. Okay. On the phone to somebody else. Let's try the next one. Live radio, you never know. Area code 207. Area code 207. Hi. Welcome to Radio Tarot. No? I can't hear you. Area code 207. All right. Let's go to the next one. Let's try this. Area code 111. All right. Well, I think what we're going to do then is call it a night. Come and find me on psychic.biz for a text reading, text chat reading, video chat reading, email reading, and I'll answer all your questions about manifesting, and we'll just see what's what and how you can get all the stuff in life that you want and that you need. And I'll be back next week. This is Resmyrranda, psychic.biz, here in the Psychic Coffee Shop online, 9 p.m. Eastern Time every Friday evening.